Had a lot of conversations with people about this topic, a lot of heated debates. People want to know, can you be pro-black and date outside your race?
Absolutely not.
And I got my good brother right here, who's an advocate.
You
And
already
he
know what
says
you're
that you
gonna say.
can be pro-black and date outside.
Impossible.
Who's an advocate, and he says that you can be pro-black and date outside.
Impossible. You cannot. Marriage is a business. When you get married, you commit your mind, your body, your heart, your soul, and your pocketbook, your savings, your estate, your wealth. You commit that to that person you're married to.
I thought the question was, can you date outside your race and be pro-black? Who said anything about marriage? But let's proceed.
See, when you marry, you don't marry an individual. You marry into a race. You marry into a community. So I didn't marry a Jewish woman. I married into Jewish society. I didn't marry an Asian woman. I married into an Asian family. There's no way you can claim to love black people, especially as a black man, knowing that only 1 out of every 4 black women will get married in her lifetime. We have the lowest female marriage rate in the country, 25%. That means 75% of black women will never, ever know what it feels like to be proposed to. And if you care about the black community, you got to care about saving the black family, because the family is the essential institution of a community. And the only way you can save a family is to build a family. You can only build a family with a black woman. Absolutely not. You cannot talk black and sleep white. And why would the original man want a member of the race that enslaved and dehumanized you to carry your seed? Why would I, after the rape and the lynching and the slavery and the Willie Lynch and the Jim Crow and the police brutality and the economic apartheid
We need some
and the
answers,
gentrification and the AIDS and the Ebola, the West Nile, the COVID, the genetics, the eugenics, why would I want to take my original seed, God's seed, and put it in a cave-dwelling organism? Why would
Bruh, this race baiting ass clown, dog. He's such a clown. He's such a clown, bro. Like, I'm sitting here trying to like really take heed to what he's saying, bro. You know what I mean? The whole pro-black dating outside your race dilemma. But when I don't even want to take it, Dix. I know how optically it's gonna look, but it's glaring coming from Dr. Umar. If you know Umar, you know what all comes with him, bro. Like black African pride, pro-black this, pro-black that. That's Umar, right? And then to sit here and list all the atrocities that the first Africans experienced being moved over here from being shipped from Africa to the States, right? Granted, I realize I gotta put that out there, bro. I know how it's gonna look. I'm trying to get those who align with Dr. Umar's perspective to understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying to take anything away from the pain and the tragedies and the traumatic experiences that the first black folks experienced being moved over here from Africa to America, bro. And rightfully so. Those people need to be held accountable for what happened to us, right? But in the same breath, how can you demonize the slave owners and not demonize the Africans who sent those slaves from Africa to America, bro? Like, it's hypocritical, dog. And that never comes up in the conversation, bro. Matter of fact, that's the Uncle Tom thing to say, because it takes accountability away from our race that enslaved us to begin with, bro. If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be no slave trade to come to America, bro. Black folks enslaved black folks and sent them to America to be enslaved by white folks, bro. So we gonna fucking hold the white slave owners accountable. We need, in the same breath, need to hold the fucking African slave holders accountable. But that never comes up in these conversations. Back to the dilemma: can you be pro-black and date outside your race like that? I gotta fine-tune the definition of what pro-black means. Like, to me, it means just wanting better for the black community, wanting, equal treatment, fair treatment, you know what I'm saying, equal opportunity, you know what I'm saying? But like, if it comes down to the fact of me being pro-black, that it trumps my because you can't control love. You can't control how you feel about motherfuckers, right? You can't do that. That's just a natural organic thing to happen. You can't control how you feel about people unless you have put a mental block to a certain group or demographic because of the color of their skin, right? Right. I will never even entertain a relationship with you because of the color of your skin, because I'm pro-black. So to the extent that Dr. Umar is explaining it, if you're pro-black to this certain extent, then by default, you are racist as well, right? You have to be. That's the definition of racism. If I'm not even going to entertain a romantic relationship, regardless of how my natural response to you is, bro, I can't do it because you black. I'm pro-black. I can't do that, bro. A white person came up on the fucking platform saying this shit that Dr. Umar is saying, he will be Hitler in the flesh.
In a cave-dwelling organism. Why would I want to do that?
Go ahead. Yeah, we need to hear you, brother.
The mic is yours, Ace.
Yeah.
I want to incubate my son, my daughter, in the womb of the people who have destroyed my people in this.
Bro, I can say the same shit, though. I can say the same shit about black people, bro. I can say the same shit about the source. You know what I mean? The source, Africa, right? Why would I put my seed in the fucker that sold us to be in a position that black folks was forced to be in America, bro? But we don't have that conversation. Because motherfuckers want to hear that conversation. Because it holds everybody accountable, right? I mean, we can't talk about the whole world being involved. We can't talk about the fact that slavery has been one of the main trades of the entire globe for eons, bro. We only focus it on the shit that affects us here in society, bro. But, you know, that makes sense. Folks don't want to have that conversation, though, bro. They want to have that conversation. It just makes Dr. Umar look like a hypocrite.
Swirl.
Now, let me say first, when I made this argument, I wasn't necessarily talking about white women, obviously. I mean, there's other races out there. But
And they hate you just as much.
but what I'm saying, all right, so you said yourself earlier that there are black people among us that are not for us.
True.
So with that being said, there are people of other races that are more for us than there are our people.
Describe for us, please.
When you go to protests for black rights and police brutality and stuff, and you see other races
He's a clown.
that are out there that
He's
and
a
there are black people
clown.
that would never be caught out there. I mean,
Okay.
He's a clown, bro.
So because an
I'm
Asian
just all right. Go ahead.
or a Caucasian showed up for a George Floyd march,
Right.
that means they give a shit about black people.
I'm just saying.
What about those folks of other races, white, back in the civil rights movement, who put their lives on the line, put their freedom in jeopardy, actually lost their life for the betterment of black folk, bro? There's nothing pro-black about this shit. It's just fucking racism, dog. This is racism at its finest. It's just a better way of painting it to make it look prettier, dog. But we Umar racist as fuck.
According to the Pew Research, they said 1 in 5 protesters during the George Floyd protest was black.
Okay.
4 out of 5 were non-black.
Right.
At least 3 out of the 4 were white. So the George Floyd protests were mostly white people. If white people care that much about black
ain't no
folks,
changes.
why didn't that woman who got Emmett Till murdered, why was she never arrested?
Still,
If white people care that much about black
After the
life,
confession.
why all these police that's going around killing black folks are not being held accountable? If white people care that much about black life, why don't we see it in the political and economic realities of black people?
Facts.
You know why they showed up to the George?
Bro, I would have laced his ass, bro, because that's not what Buddy was saying. He's moving the goalposts. That's not at all what Buddy said. He just said that there's people that are not black that are pro-black. But then he's going to fucking combine that with everything negative going on and blaming everybody that's white for why this shit's going on. This a straw man argument, dog.
Floyd March?
Why?
To dissipate the power of black people and to redirect the focus of those marches. White people outnumber black people 5-1. So if you let them in, they automatically take control by virtue of their numbers and redirect it. And so Nancy Pelosi and the Democratic Party turned the George Floyd March into a damn celebration for Joe Biden. Joe Biden votes in the Democratic Party. We got nothing out the march whatsoever because we let it get diluted.
Right.
Did Homeboy say anything about the George Floyd march specifically? No. This is just Umar's way to try to win this fucking argument. Buddy made a valid statement.
You have to keep it all black. The minute you let white people in, because you can't control how many join. There's more of them than us here. You can't control how many join. So the minute you let them in, they now have the power to remake this into whatever they want. And because most Negroes who participated in the George Floyd March made it multicultural, every time we get on the microphone, this is not just about black people. I'm so tired of hearing that shit.
It is though.
Everywhere
It is
you go.
about-
Then if you make it all black, or you don't allow anybody that's not black within it, then you discrediting, or you are cutting off the genuine, authentic support of those who are not black, who wish to empower black folk. So then what are they supposed to do? They can't join because they're not black, right? Again, it's racism.
About us.
It is about us.
Yes.
But if you notice, when it's about us, it can't be about us.
Yeah. Can't just
See,
be about it.
when the Mexicans shut down the highways in California, nobody
Right,
tried to.
I can't listen to this fool talk no more, bro. I can't. Why? Why did I even do that to myself?